on your customer top rated and best-selling features. It's updated. There are more colors than ever. We added brand new colors this time. There's a premium 28 color palette, 5 easy pays, with the shipping and handling included. And I'm going to rely on Dustin and Gary to really help me understand exactly which one is which as we go along. But there you could kind of get the idea. If you are walking around in a home that has wall-to-wall carpeting, or if you're just feeling there's something missing and you're not ready to get out the paint and you're not ready to take down the wallpaper and do a major overhaul of your home, that major makeover, you're going to be amazed. Don't we always kind of call this jewelry for your floor? And it really is.
Absolutely.
Really
That's
is. Take a look. And then we're going to walk through and we'll take our time on this, and I'll move so I can see it. Today's special value price. Now, you've been to the stores. Give us a second to explain to you what's going on. The 8x11 out in retail would be over $1,200. It is now $559 throughout the day with 5 easy pays to work it into your budget to get that room filling size, $111.80. The 7x9 is going to be what you would probably put underneath the dining room table. That's usually $686 in retail, or would be. Ours, $389, 5 easy pays of $77.80. A conversation size rug, 5x7, over $500 in retail. $239 today, 5 easy pays of $47.80, and then the runner would be $300, $169 today's special value price. 5 easy pays, you can get that home for about $1 a day. The 3x5s are on wait list, are completely sold out. Do I get to offer them wait list? All right. You could ask about the wait list, otherwise the 3x5s are gone. I don't blame you, you guys are smart. Shipping and handling's included, so before I hear you go, I'd never do that because the shipping and handling would kill me. Yeah, but we have got connections, and the connections are the Moskowitz family, who really have spent their life. I mean, this is your life, passion and work. This rug is 3 years in the making, so you took a tradition of Fleur de Lis and you really took it to the next level.
We did. We introduced our first Fleur de Lis rug pat back in 2002, and it was just an item in a Royal Palace rug show with like maybe 6 or 7 other designs, and we just thought, okay, well, let's just give this one a try.
Yeah.
And it just
we
struck a chord with the QVC customer, and we built on it and built on it and built on it, and it became probably the second best-selling design in our entire collection. 85,000 rugs sold in various Fleur de Lis designs in and out of our assortment over the years, but there's only been about maybe a dozen, I think 11. This is only our 12th. We've been here for 20 years. That means it's only like one a year, and we decided, as a today's special value, we've got to really bring up the level and beauty of the design.
And you did. You know what? I love that you said that, because you know what happens a lot of times? I think people go, oh, what did you dumb out or leave out? Because it's such a good price, it couldn't possibly. So I'm going to dare you right now. Order it, get it home. You'll love that you're not stuffing it in your car, and you're getting 5 months. So you really only need one payment to get it home and unroll it and see what it's like. Let's do it however you want to, but we'll show you the colors and the sizes, and then we'll really go into the detail, because there's hand carving and all kinds of stuff.
Yep, sure. Why don't we walk this way?
Okay. All right. So I get to walk forward.
Yeah, but only for 2 rugs. So
okay.
We'll start here. This is our 8-foot by 11-foot size rug. This is the largest rug that we have in the Today's Special Value offering. We have 6 color choices, which is the most we've ever offered on a Today's Special Value. We're going to start over here with our gray in that largest size. We are saying if you can fit the largest rug, like the 8x11, that's the one to get. You will never be dissatisfied by filling your room with a rug. 8x11 in our gray with a beautiful charcoal border and charcoal in that trellis work design, but it's really the Fleur de Lis that we want to stand out.
Dustin, let me remind everyone, if you're thinking about in this size, the largest rug, if you want the blue, it is very close to selling out. Now's the time to dial in.
Yeah, that's a soft blue we'll get to in a second.
We'll show you that. Okay.
These are 7-foot by 9-foot size rugs. If the largest rug you can fit isn't an 8x11, that's too big, go with the 7x9. This is still a great living room and dining room size rug. We're showing this in an ivory, and your first thought may be, well, there's no way I'm going to put a really light colored rug in my dining room where somebody's going to spill something, or in my family room where all the kids are spilling juices and all. We'll talk about the wool fiber, but I guarantee you, not going to be a problem.
Ivory is what I have, the majority of what I have, and they have held up beautifully.
7x9 here in our brand new rich emerald. 20 years ago, emerald was one of our best-selling colors and lasted for a number of years. But as we rotate new colors in and phase out older colors, emerald was one that went by the wayside for a couple of years. But you know what? Because of the durability of wool and our rugs, we've had customers from 10, 15 years ago or more saying, I'm looking for a runner. I want to match that emerald rug. So we introduced a new emerald. It's rich emerald, but it's still going to complement those previous rugs we had in the past.
And as I shared with you, Dustin, Gary, both of you, one of my Facebook friends went on there because I have a picture of the rugs, and she said, I thought the green looked very black on my screen. It is a deep, deep emerald green, unmistakably green.
Yes, in person.
Yes,
but
in
who
person.
knows what the TVs look like.
Yeah.
Soft blue, the second brand new color. We've never done this before. Blues, light blues are very difficult to dye properly. As good a quality of wool as we use, navies, lapis blue, sapphires, easy. Light blues can start looking too pale, kind of greenish, faded before they've even seen the sunlight. This one took us 2 years to develop and really do properly.
Well, and everybody's loved it.
Yes.
The only thing I can offer you in the blue are the 2 largest sizes, and soon they will be gone. So make sure that you're dialing in. 6 dozen in the 8x11, 3 dozen in the 7x9. So we really were not kidding.
And this is the 7x9, the last one that we're showing right now.
Okay.
Back to another 8x11. This is always going to be one of my favorite colors for decorating living rooms and dining rooms in the holidays, is red. It's a garnet color. We have burgundy in the border. Love the way that the fleur-de-lis motifs just pop off of the field on this darker background color.
This is what we call the special edition rug because it was 3 years in the making. We're going to pick a rug and we're really going to go through it. I'm just going to remind you again, if you're shopping with us for the first time, you too are welcome to use your credit card, your Q card, and take 5 months. You'll love the way that it comes to your home. Let's move on to the next thing and then we'll come back a little bit.
Runners.
Oh, look at this beautiful runner.
Sometimes for the forgotten area of your home that you have an opportunity to decorate with is the hallway. It's the one that takes the most abuse. Maybe you've got broadloom carpeting that's a little rough around the edges or threadbare or stained or scratches on hardwood floors because those hallways receive the most traffic. Put a rug down. Cover up those stains, those scratches, and add beauty to that trafficked area of your home. 100% wool is made to take that traffic abuse. This is in our gray.
I will tell you that the runner will be the next of the sizes. To the very small, the 3x5 is completely gone.
Yes, so just for reference, this was the 3x5 in ivory, but I think we're taking weightless, but I'll let you figure that one out.
Okay, so you could ask about the wait list on the 3x5. It may take a couple of months, I will warn you now. So that's why it's the perfect time. If the kids just came in through the door, just get them a snack and, you know, tell them you'll be with them in just 1 second. All right.
And then our last one, not to overload with choices, but here's a 5 foot by 7 foot size. So it's really our medium sized rug. This could be great for a smaller area like a kitchen nook or a den, maybe a bedroom or a gigantic foyer. Good for you if you have one this big. And we're showing this in sage. We don't even need to hang this one because even on the floor, rarely seen. It's our #1 selling color.
Yeah, that sage is gorgeous.
And it's got that wonderful olive in the border and in that trellis work design.
And as you shop, whether you're covering bare floor or tile or something like that, or whether we're covering up wall-to-wall carpeting or adding to it, we do have the non-slip pads, and you always recommend the non-slip pads.
Yes. Yeah, it just keeps the rugs from doing this on a flat surface. Or if you're on broadloom carpeting, you have a rug down, it's going to stay on that rug in that position until you decide, all right, I'm going to switch it out and move it over here. So it's not permanently tacky.
One of our biggest challenges here is really, and I've looked at the big box stores too and flipped through the rugs, and I've ordered from a big well-known name and had my rug get lost before the holidays on the train and so on and so forth, and they were printed rugs. What you cannot see or feel that you will be able to when you roll that rug out with your eyes closed and standing on it with bare feet is this is hand carved, let me make sure I get all these, hand tufted, hand serged, handmade,
Yes.
and 100% wool. So when I say that I have my original carpets from when you all came here how many years ago, you will too.
Well, I'll do you one better. Gary and I looked last week to see what is the oldest rug currently known and still in existence. I believe that if I'm pronouncing it properly, it's called the Pazyryk rug, 2,500 years old.
Oh my gosh, that beats
And
me.
the design is still pretty good. It's in very good condition, but it's made out of wool. When you go out to those great mansions, Monticello, these beautiful castles, and you see rugs that have been down there for decades, if not centuries, you're not looking at machine-made rugs, you're not looking at plastic or polypropylene rugs, and they have their place. But if you want a real investment style rug, wool is the only way to go. It's the pile that you can live on and have beauty on for years to come.
If you go to a rug store and you I needed to have my stairway carpeting changed, you're gonna pay a lot more for wool rugs because you're getting something that will take the durability of a lifestyle and a family on them. So don't think this is too fancy for your family.
No, the design itself is rich, it's regal, it's elegant, but it's still simple. And we know that if we're going to have a rug that's going to be in your home for years and years to come, it's got to sort of live through the seasons. At some point, you may want to change your furniture out. You may want to repaint the walls or put some new paintings up and wall hangings. This design is going to live through a very formal environment, to a casual environment. We've even seen it in contemporary rugs. Fleur-de-lis are so popular, they're going to be on pajamas and upholstery, so we know that's not going out of style
One of the biggest
soon.
influences in jewelry, and you'll only find this here on QVC. You're not going to find it anywhere else. So let's walk us through. We talked about 100% wool, but I want to put everybody's mind to ease because, I mean, you know, you have a son, dog, you know, I've got cats, assorted other things, and I have the ivory in my house. When life happens on your rug, first of all, you'll really want to take your shoes off, and you can sit on it. It's very plush, it's very thick, but these are very easy to keep clean.
Yes, they are. Wool is naturally liquid repellent, so that's really your first line of defense for spills not becoming stains. If I were to take a cap full of water or soda or wine and spill it on the surface of a rug, you can do this at home as well if you already have one of our rugs. It's going to bead up like a waxed car in the rain, and that's your chance to say, okay, I'm just going to get a towel, lay it down on that spill, pull it up, and there's the spill. Maybe there's a little bit of residue left, so you dip that towel, preferably a white towel so there's no running colors, dip it in warm soapy water and just lightly blot it up, and that's it. Day-to-day maintenance, you can sweep it like we do. We have our special Royal Palace broom that we use to prep all of our rugs here. Vacuuming it once or twice a week is probably enough. When you first get the rug and you put it down in your living room, dining room, or wherever, and you vacuum it, we ask that you vacuum it vigorously because some of the small bits that we've carved out fall back into the pile. The short, they're called staple fibers in the wool. Those are all going to come out. They may fill up your canister a couple times, but you'll notice over that week or two, the canister is going to start having less and less in it, and then it's just going to settle down and you'll have groomed your rug properly at that time.
Because this isn't a printed rug. I mean, you can actually close your eyes and feel the design. It's hand carved by skilled craftsmen and women. Here's the update though. The sage and the blue, almost gone. The 3x5 rug, gone. The 3x5s are no longer available. So the runner is almost sold out. There's the hand carving.
Yes, now we're showing a flower there, but all of the fleur-de-lis motifs, the scroll work in the border, and most importantly, I think in this design, although it's called the fleur-de-lis, it's the panel, the trellis that goes around these fleur-de-lis
I'm going to stop you right
and
there.
showcases them. That is where the carving really brings the design to life.
You want us to go this way? Because we really can't see it so well, they said,
The
on
trellis?
here.
Okay, tell you what.
On the blue?
We could do it on the blue.
All right. Now this is the one that's going to sell out, so we'll move to a different one once it sells out.
And I promise you on the emerald, you'll see it at home. The lights are very bright here in the studio, and they do kind of change the colors a little bit, right?
I apologize.
So this is that trellis, and it took us a while. We knew we wanted to come back with a Today Special value in a fleur-de-lis design because they've been so popular over the years. We know it's an easy decorating choice. If you wanted to put a table on top of this in a dining room, you're not going to cover up something very beautiful in the center. It's the same design all the way around. So what sets this apart from other fleur-de-lis designs? It's what do we do to the background that makes it unique? And we developed this outline based on looking at wrought iron gates and tiles and a bunch of other books and images online. We thought, you know what, this one will really work very well in this design. We wanted to keep it simple and keep it elegant.
Well, here's the update on the blue. There is 1 dozen remaining in which size? In the 7x9.
So that's this size right here.
So the 8x11, okay, about 5 dozen, and then the blue, the soft blue will be gone. But let's continue, because we talked about hand carving, we talked about 100% wool, but it doesn't end with you all there.
No. So one of the special features that we do at Royal Palace when we manufacture our rugs, and again, these are all made by hand, we do a process called double shearing. So when you take a look at the rug, you get this at home, and you can look real closely, you can see individual tufts of wool here in the field, whether it's the solid color or the trellis or in the fleur-de-lis itself. You can see all the different shades of wool that we use in this, so it has a great embossed look. Here's that carving that goes all the way around, but all those little points of wool, those are individual tufts of wool. In the process of making the rug, we would shear the surface down so we had a nice level surface. Then we would luster wash it. It's a proprietary process and solution that softens the wool, gives it a really nice patina finish and a soft hand. And we noticed that all these wonderful details that we had carved and tufted started to get fuzzy because the little tips of the wool would start to bloom and blossom a little bit. So we decided, okay, after we wash it, we're gonna shear it again. Now, what does that mean? We have to start out with maybe a 3/4 inch pile rug to finish at a 1/2 inch thick pile. That is what the customer is going to receive at home. Other manufacturers would just as soon not do that double shearing process, let their design be fuzzy, or start with a 1/2 inch and then end with something thinner, but say it's a 1/2 inch.
It was a 1/2 inch. Wow, I didn't even know that after all these years. That's really interesting. There's so much that goes into these. Let me remind you again, we're giving you 5 easy pays. This is the only today's special value from Royal Palace. This is it, the final shows of the year, so make sure that you're dialing in. Here's how it breaks out. So we'll stop for a second and remind you, and then we're gonna go on because I wanna talk about how many colors are in each rug so you don't get hung up on that. The 8x11s, $559 is the today's special value price. You can get it home, and on your bill, it'll be $111.80. Shipping and handling is included. The tax would have to be split into 5. So you can figure out how that will work for you. The 7x9s, 5 easy pays of $77.80. The 5x7 conversation, $47.80. That's it for a rug, 100% wool, hand carved, hand sheared, and serged rug. And then the runners, $169 for $33.80. Before we go to the phones on this, you also are known for your color palette. So we'll look at different rooms. Over the years, I know in my life, I've taken the rugs from different rooms because there's so many colors in them.
And it's such an easy decorating solution for that.
Absolutely, that's a great way to put it.
I had my fleur-de-lis rug in the dining room for 10 years. Now I'm gonna move it somewhere else. How many other things can you do that with? You can't take the wallpaper down. Usually paintings are going to stay where they are, or wall hangings and so on. So what makes that easier to do with a rug from Royal Palace? It's the color palette that we use. Now I know when you take a look at this rug in particular, you say, okay, there's gotta be like 4 or 5 colors in there. It's the background, it's the border and the trellis, some piping around, and then the fleur-de-lis. In reality, though, we use a technique called a triple dyeing process, and here's a perfect example up here on this sage block where you can see these striations, and this is from dyeing the wool, this hank of yarn, in 3 different intensities so that when it's woven into the rug, tufted in, you get these striations here, but in the rug itself, we do this in the border, and that's what you see in this area, this lovely scroll work that's been carved. If you go in real close, you can see, Pat, that there's like speckles and modeling of the colors. And that we did to bring more color into the scroll work, to make it easier to decorate with, to give it a nice, kind of a little bit of an antique look or an age look without going too overbearing in the design, because we really wanted to keep the fleur-de-lis design simple and let it speak for itself.
I mean, even while I'm here, these are top quality. I mean, I've had rugs at a rug store with the, again, you know, the runner that I had, because I had a leftover, and I said to them, hand serge it. And when I came back, every time I would catch it with the vacuum, it would fray. So you don't have any of that. And you listen, you didn't put, our customer said no fringe. You
There's
all
no fringe,
reacted, no fringe.
This is that serging that you just mentioned. It's a yarn that's wrapped around the edge of the rug so that when it lays down on your floor, you don't see the white backing. We've heard of other manufacturers try and turn that into a positive, that you see that edging. We think you don't want to see white when you've got a dark emerald rug, so we put that yarn around the edge. However, it is important to know that we use a heavyweight bonded cotton backing on the backs of our rugs. This protects your floor. This holds our rug together. You go out into the marketplace, if you were lucky enough to even find a fleur-de-lis rug and you flip it over, if you see that design from the back as well, unless it's a true hand-knotted rug, and
you better be running.
It's going to be a machine-made rug, and not to knock them, but it's not going to hold up like a handmade wool rug will be.
500 of you now have already decided on exactly what you need. So maybe if we could do a little bit of an update, because I will tell you the blue color, well, the 8 by 11 only. 4 dozen 8 by 11 lucky people are going to get the blue. So do you mind, Gary, if, whoa, and wait, while we're here, the runner. In the runner, we started with 3,200 at the beginning of the day. In the ivory, 150. 5 dozen gray, which you're looking at. 5 dozen sage. 2 dozen garnet. 1 dozen rich emerald. And that's it, and then they're sold out.
That's a lot of hallways who are going to have a new partner.
Which are nice. Which are nice.
In the next couple of days, yes.
You know, and that's what today's about. It's about comforts of home. It's about giving you an opportunity to be able to work with a family who's really changed the rug business, because there is no middleman here. I mean, you have the ideas. It took you 3 years. You listened to our customers. Do you mind if we start over there?
No, not
Dustin?
at all.
And we just remind everybody again, because I know how I am when I sit at home and I go, okay, now what are the colors again?
Sure. Well, here's that spectacular gray. If you want to make a dramatic statement with decorating, this is a really great choice to go with. It's not black. It may come off on your screen as black, or the emerald may as well, but this is really a lighter charcoal in the field and then a darker charcoal in the background and in that trellis work. And I promise you, if you choose this one, you get this at home, you will see the trellis.
Oh yeah, you will.
Blown out with the lights here.
You definitely will.
Ivory. Oh, I'm sorry. And that was the 8 by 11 size. You can see how big that is. This is the 7 by 9 size, the so-called maybe the baby rug of the largers of the two. But yet, this is still going to fit your average size living room, maybe a smaller dining room, so that when your guests are over for the holidays coming up, everybody's chair is still on the table. That's kind of what you want to go for.
Yeah.
But even though it's ivory, a light color rug, you can still live with this in an area that's going to have spills, in an area that's going to have kids and pets on it, because wool is naturally liquid repellent and so easy to clean.
All right.
We'll go to garnet. Here's that
nice
beautiful
to see
rich emerald.
the rich emerald back.
I know, and we have already, I know already customers have said, thank you,
Thanks
getting
for
it today,
listening.
finally, what took you so long? So a brand new emerald, but only slightly different than the one that we did years past, so they're gonna complement each other great if you've been waiting 10 years for a new one.
Well, Dustin, here's our update on the rich emerald, an 8 by 11 100, and then it's completely sold out. Fewer than 100 available in the 7 by 9, the conversation.
Right, which is
and
this
the
one.
5 by 7, 5 dozen, that's it. In the runner, 6 left.
6.
In the runner, 6 left. And sometimes I like to use like a rug like that and then the 2 runners on either side of the bed. I think that's kind of nice, or just the 2 runners on either side of the bed, depending on your room. And
as we start getting into those cold months, it's kind of nice to know that you're putting your feet down first on that. I know soft blue has been wildly popular today.
8 by 11, 3 dozen.
Okay, so this is the 7 by 9 size, still some left.
Okay.
Garnet is still my
That's your
favorite
favorite?
for the holidays. I know, I guess I'm a little partial to it. This is the 8 by 11 size. Again, if you're thinking about
can you go wrong with
decorating
that?
for your holidays coming up, get it over with now when we know we have these available. Trust me on the red.
Okay, we will.
And then
the red, by the way, in the runner, half dozen, and then one more.
One more.
And then the sage.
The one that we really don't even need to show because everybody knows what sage looks like, but I still think this is a striking rug. You can really see the way that we've outlined the panels, that beautiful trellis work, almost like a medallion around the fleur-de-lis. When it comes out in that olive color on that sage background, as I said earlier, Suzanne from Northern Nights told me 6 years ago, sage is going to be the new #1 color. It's going to be what everyone uses as neutral. And I said, if you say so, I guess whatever. And sure enough, she was right, and it hasn't stopped being our #1 color since.
200 in the 8 by 11 and 150 in the 7x9, 5 dozen in the 5x7.
And that's this one right here, the 5x7.
And the runner, 4 dozen, and then they're completely sold out. And this is it. These are the final shows of this season. This is the final today's special value of the year, and this can only be found on QVC. We decided to give you 5 easy pays. That's the best we could do for you. And imagine it just shows up on your door, and we're going to show you, because I said to Dustin and Gary, I was so impressed because I went to look, and they sent me to the warehouse yesterday because I was trying to take a shot to show you on my Facebook page, and they're so beautifully wrapped, and it's such an easy makeover, because you know, you look at your house this time of the year and you go, I'm bored with it, or boy, that wall-to-wall carpeting has really seen the dog, the cats, and the kids, and it's expensive many times. And you can
do what happens, I know this happens all the time, it happens with my wife and I. We go through the holidays and say to ourselves, okay, this year we're going to do this when people come over, and then all the holidays go by and we don't do this.
How about
so
in
now's
November?
your chance to do it.
Yeah, in November when you're standing there and you're going, oh, and everybody goes, sorry, can't order that rug for you.
Right.
You know, and then you end up buying what you don't really want. Now, come with me over here. We decided, and it was my harebrained idea, but Gary, come on over here, because you guys do such a great job. When it comes to you, first of all, somebody delivers it, not Gary. That's why this is the final today's special value of the year, because he has to deliver all of them.
But I didn't wear my brown suit.
Like Santa.
But it comes wrapped very, very well, and on the outside will be your invoice, so you can feel very comfortable. But what's nice about it is it's rolled just like this.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And you know what, Pat? I am not even going to help you.
Okay. All right. You know what? Can I pull this over this way a little bit?
This I will help you with.
All right.
But just to show you how easy it is to unravel it.
So this could be your hallway. This could be, you know, the entrance way that maybe you just put new rug or new linoleum down, or some kind of, I don't know, hardwood floor or something. All you have to do is, and I'll let you do that side if you want.
Sure, I'll help
is
you.
just pull the bow, and just be careful if you're cutting it. And this is all that it takes to really make a major difference. I should have done it this way. Look. All right. Now you straighten it out. Now, if I was doing it at home, I'd put the non-slip pad underneath. Look how beautiful this is. Then you can move your furniture around it. It could inspire you, if you really felt like it, to go ahead and pull out some of the colors and maybe get some new accessories, maybe change the paint walls, but you don't have to. Imagine what that house would be very beautiful without it, but it would be cold to me.
And with the hardwood floors, I guarantee you, because I have a room or two in our home with them, so echoey. There's not enough furniture you can put into a room with hardwood floors that will dampen that noise. But as soon as you put a rug down, you're not hearing this anymore, you're hearing that.
And how about the dining room table? I mean, we can offer you a rug that you can work into your budget that is incredibly affordable compared to the retail value, and you can roll it out, put the table back on, put the chairs on, and now you have a whole new look. That runner down a hallway, as you said, maybe your wall-to-wall carpeting or your hardwood is really looking beat, and the runner could revive that.
Absolutely. And you know what? Even if it isn't yet, maybe your hallway is in perfect condition and you've just moved into a new home, or a home that you purchased from somebody else. Why not put the runner down now and protect that floor?
I agree.
Maybe you're just in an apartment or a condo for a couple of years. I know plenty of people who've asked me for rugs, and I've said, well, I don't have any because we don't have any warehouses. Everything goes to QVC, so that's where you're going to have to shop. But the ability to put something down, add artwork, add beauty to a room, and then take it with you when you're ready to make that final home purchase.
The burgundy in the runner is now gone. So if you want the runners, please make sure that you're dialing in now. If you need more help, QVC.com, so you don't have to worry. If you get it home and you go, oh, I goofed, I don't want that, you can send it back. After you put it down, and make sure you get the non-slip pad, get it right here from us, we'll all do it in one, then vacuum it. And don't be afraid if some of that shearing, because these are hand carved, hand sheared, 100% wool. Can you tell us that? Did they tell you that in the big box store? Because they probably didn't know that, and we know that for sure. We're going to go ahead and invite Phyllis, if you don't mind.
No, not at all.
And then we'll play around a little bit. Hey, Phyllis.
Hi.
Hi, how
Hi,
are
Phyllis.
you?
I'm wonderful because now I have another Royal Palace rug to add to my home full of them.
Oh, great.
This product is fantastic, and I want to say to anybody, anyone, if you are afraid because you think it's too much or you think it's too little, I'm here to tell you it's just right. This rug has survived my entire family, from my husband to my grandchildren to the dogs.
Right.
It is wonderful. I have one in every room.
Oh, that's great to hear,
Excellent.
Phyllis. Love hearing that.
Excellent, excellent. Phyllis, will you, because one of the things I ask those guys is, can we just show everybody how it comes to you? Is it something that when you got these rugs home, did they beat your expectation? Because we know this is an investment.
It completely met every expectation. And myself, from the UPS delivering it to my door, I personally myself have brought everyone into the home and opened every one. And I am a grandmother. Excellent. So it is packaged where it is convenient for you to be able to put it out before your husband comes home and sees the bill, and he just walks on it.
I love it. Before we let you go, Phyllis, what color did you get today? What we get you
I
today?
have the emerald, and of course from Louisiana, the Fleur de Lis works perfect.
Isn't
Glad
it
to hear it.
beautiful? Yeah. Oh, good.
QVC, thank you for bringing them to us, and Royal Palace, continue to make them, because I can tell you, you will always have customers.
Thanks so much, Phyllis. That is great to hear. I promise we will keep making them for you.
Thank y'all so much, and y'all have a wonderful day, and
You
thanks for
too.
talking to me.
Our
You too.
pleasure.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Phyllis.
All right,
Appreciate
bye-bye.
it. Bye-bye. I mean, I think she said it beautifully. You get it home. She brought them in from wherever the UPS person leaves them for you normally, and she was able to roll it out. And you're able to, with the 5 Easy Pays, really go ahead and work this into your budget. A couple of things. Would you mind if we review everything? Because I know that you're probably listening to Phyllis and you're thinking about what room, and literally it could be bedrooms, it could be the laundry room, it could be your kitchen, underneath the kitchen table, it could be the dining room. The largest size that you all, and that's a huge 8 by 11 rug. Out in retail, you'd be investing over $1,200 for a rug of this quality. Today's special value price, I mean, that's less than 50%, $559, 5 Easy Pays of $111.80. That's how you're able to afford a large rug like that, a 7 by 9. Instead of almost $700, $389, 5 Easy Pays of $77.80. That's how it shows up. As long as you pay it off, it's no extra charge. The 5 by 7s, $239, 5 Easy Pays of less than $50 to get that rug you've always wanted. And then the runners, which are now very limited, are 5 Easy Pays of $30. No runner? Gone? Gone. Okay, 150 in the ivory runner, half dozen in the sage, 1 dozen in the gray, that's it. And the shipping and handling is included. You cannot find these anywhere else. 2 things I want to do, and that is we actually have laid these out. For the very first time, we have this really nice house area here, so we wanted to lay them out for you so you could see, and Gary's over there, so you take a look at this. I will be back, don't move a muscle, Dustin, and we're going to go visit your dad over in the home area.
Okay, have fun. So right now we're looking at our largest rug. This is the 8 by 11 in that wonderful sage color, moving very fast for me, but that was in the dining room. Here is that wonderful burgundy rug. Imagine that you have a stone floor. I think that's called a Florida room, if I'm not mistaken. Cold in the winter, but warm when you have a rug on it. I know the accent rugs and the runners are pretty much gone, but they are, if you had the chance to get them, great additions to any room in your home. Right now, we're going to be concentrating on larger sizes because think about what's coming up next. It's all those wonderful holidays when guests are coming over. Here's the 7 by 9 in ivory and a great conversation area. And then think about that living room and dining room areas. The large rugs, the 8 by 11s and 7 by 9s, that's what you're going to want in those rooms. Gary and Pat, I know, are going to be telling you about exactly those sizes.
Dustin, I have to tell you, he's the future in being a host. Gary, thank you for giving us the opportunity to really be able to show the rugs. I mean, you've been with us how many years?
20 years.
20 years
Yeah.
on QVC.
And I've loved every one of those years. They've been great.
Well, we love having you be able to actually show us. Here's our dining room table, so you can really see the color is so gorgeous.
What we wanted to show here is this is an 8 by 11 rug. This is the largest rug that we're offering today. And I always suggest to you, get the largest rug that you can. You will never be disappointed, and it will work For example, in the dining room. This is a very small dining room table. It's only 3 feet wide by about 5.5 feet long. What you want to do, and that's on an 8 by 11, you want to be able to open this up and take your chairs back so that you can sit down and the back of the chair does not fall off the rug. That's what you want to avoid. That's then the perfect size for a dining room table.
And even if you had a longer or wider table, you'd be fine with this.
You'd be fine with this,
Remind
absolutely.
us again, what size is this?
This is the 8 by 11 rug.
Okay, the 8 by 11. I loved your advice. Gary has been in this business for 35 years, so we understand and we trust him.
So here, a fireplace. Most people have nothing in front of the fireplace. Here we're suggesting taking a 3 by 5. Now, unfortunately, we're sold out of those. Putting it in front of the fireplace, putting a little bench in it, warming it up with a throw and some books, and you've done some decorating in front of the fireplace.
And you've added color. I mean, look how nice that is. That's what I guess I like most of all. I love the color there. All right, so come on over here.
Now, come on over here. Here we have a little breakfast nook, or it could be used for a game table. A 5 by 7 is perfect for a small little table, a round table, 2 chairs. You've got it done. Great way to decorate and put artwork on your floor, and you've added a statement piece, a piece of artwork for your floor. One more.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
The living room. Now, in the living room, here we have traditional furniture, and what's great about the fleur-de-lis design, Pat, is that it goes with traditional, or you saw we had that chrome and glass dining room table, very contemporary. So here again, we did the 8 by 11, and we have 2 chairs on the rug, a cocktail table, 2 end tables, and the sofa that's just off the table. Great way to decorate. With the 8 by 11, now you have this huge presence of your design, and it really pulls everything together. So those are my suggestions for what size rug to get. Always go after the largest size that you can afford and that you can put in the room.
Great advice. And make sure that you're dialing in while we still have your colors. We're going to take a very short break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to remind you again of the colors and of the choices and of the quality of what you really get when you buy a Royal Palace, which is only here on QVC. I couldn't think of a better today's special value for comforts of home. So stay with us. We'll be right back.